we're gonna make a clay monster right now out of the clay that you got in your package, and it might be covered with a paper towel. So you'll have a large ball of clay and 2 small ones. And so the first thing you're gonna do is take the large ball of clay and make a pinch pot. And a pinch pot is simply a way to get air inside of this so it does not blow up in the kiln by having too much moisture inside. So to make the pinch pot, you're gonna take your thumb and you're gonna make a little indent in the ball of clay that you have. And when you're squishing your thumb down, you wanna get almost all the way down to the bottom, but not go through. So press it in until you almost get to the bottom. And then I like to pull out my quackers, I call them, my quacking hands. And I'm going to kind of quack and pinch slowly around the outside as I open up that mouth of the pinch pot, and making sure that I keep the edge about the width of your finger, about pinky width thick, so it's not too thick and not too thin. And really make sure that you get down towards the bottom edge with your fingers. The outside might look like that, and we can smooth it out later, and the bottom can be flat. So here's an opened pinch pot, making sure it's about even all the way around and not too thin, and that you didn't poke through the bottom. So that's the first step of making your monster head. That's gonna be the opening for the bowl. And then the next step is to figure out what texture you wanna put on this pinch pot for your monster. So you're gonna take your extra ball of clay to make your texture, and you're going to squash it and practice with some of the tools that you have. You have these 2 tools, a fork, and what kind of textures can we make out of these tools? A fork you can press to make spots. You can also indent like this to make more texture. Maybe that's a fur or spiky texture. And maybe you scratch to make even a deeper fur in different directions, even to make it fuzzy or spiky. You can also use the other end of the fork and press with that for different textures. Maybe this creates some scales, or you can draw lines. So there's different ways to use this tool for texture. You can practice on that practice piece. Smooth it all together, roll it all together, and try another texture. With the other tool, obviously you can draw lines. With this, you could draw squiggles. You could indent holes of different sizes depending upon how far down you push to make different textures. You can use the other side and press in some holes and circles or half circles. This kind of creates a scale look. So you're going to decide which texture you want using these 2 tools to put on the outside of your monster. So I'm going to pick up my pinch pot now. I'm being careful not to smush it. I'm going to add some texture, the one that I decided. I think I'm going to go with these kind of scales all over it. So I'm just going to fill up the entire thing with texture. So that's the first step. Again, be careful that you're not squashing it or reshaping it. You're just pressing in enough to give it the overall texture of your monster. So do that first, and then check out the next video for adding the features.